Hi, and welcome to the Getting Set Up with Turnitin tutorial for faculty and instructors. My name is Annie Yang, and I will be your instructor for today's tutorial. At the end of this tutorial, you should be able to create your own profile as an instructor, add classes and create assignments for your students, identify possible plagiarism, and understand how to leave feedback on submitted papers through the Feedback Studio. So we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. Please go to Turnitin.com and locate Create Account or Log On. This can be found on the upper right-hand corner of your website. When you click on the Create Account, you'll be prompted to sign in. If you do not have an account already, you'll click to create an account. Please specify that you are an instructor when you are creating your account. If you are creating an account, you'll be taken to this page. Please note that this only applies to those who do not have an existing account. As you'll notice, it asks for an account ID and joint password. This information is strictly for CHSU instructors only, and it should not be shared with students. Once you have filled out user information, your account will be created. You'll be prompted to sign in again and be taken to your Turnitin home page. Yes, we're finally on the home page. Congratulations, you are registered, in the book, and ready to go. So let's go ahead and take a look at some points of interest on the home page. So after logging in, the instructor user is brought to this page. The home page provides access to many Turnitin features. The navigation bar at the top right corner features your user profile, urgent notifications such as messages announcing deadlines, roadmap for users to make suggestions, help for technical services, and so forth. Number 2 tells you what institution portal you are a part of, which is CHSU Faculty Registration. Number 3 is a button for creating a class. Number 4, once you've created your class, you'll be given a class ID and joint password, which are to be given to students to join the class. There are 2 ways for students to join the class. One is you invite every single student via email, or you can just have them do that themselves by just simply providing them with the class ID and joint password that you create. Number 5, this little gear here as a little tool. Here's where you can click to edit any information pertaining to the class. It's incredibly useful, especially when you've forgotten your own password for your own class. Do you remember this green button? We're going to go ahead and click on it to create a class. When you do, you'll be taken to this page. This is where you'll fill in the required information. Class type only has 2 options, standard and master. The master class can be used if you have a TA that will be part of your course. If this is the case, please make an appointment with me to go over this with you. Class name is where you'll create the class name, obviously. I always suggest using the full course name, such as the course number and the full title. For example, if it's EVM, just call it Evidence-Based Medicine. Password. Go ahead and choose a simple password that you'll be giving to students. Something I always kind of use as rule of thumb is just pick something that's related back to the course. So if it's evidence-based medicine, then I just do something like, EVM 642. Subject areas. Pick up subject that you feel closely relates to your course. And as far as the student levels, we are a graduate level university, so just go ahead and click graduate. So one thing I do want to mention is that for the class start date, this doesn't start when the class actually starts. This starts when you create the class. So if you went in and created the class today, it would start today, not when you actually want to start the class, which could possibly be in November. And as far as the class end date, you can set an end time. This basically means that the class becomes inactive and the students can no longer go upload or view the course. However, as an instructor, you still have access to that until you delete the class. And once you're done filling out this information, just go ahead and click submit. This is the class homepage. Here's where you'll be able to create assignments. Again, our trusty green button of adding a class makes it easy for us. In this image, you'll see some of my testing assignments below. This is how it will look like when you do create an assignment. So when you click on the create an assignment, you'll be prompted to select a type of assignment, which will be taken here. This is one of Turnitin's new features. The basic paper assignment can be used for your standard research paper. This option is also known as the parent assignment, which means, in a sense, if you wanted to use the parent mark assignment, the revision assignment, or the reflection assignment, you would have to create the parent assignment, which would be the paper assignment. For the purpose of this session, we'll only discuss the paper assignment. So once you've created your paper or assignment, here's where you'll fill out the information about that particular assignment. You'll need to figure out the start date, the due date, and the post date. Start date is when students can start posting their submissions. Due date is when the assignment is due, and the post date is when students can view their feedback. The optional settings will allow you to enter special instructions, specify similarity index, and so forth. These question marks will explain a bit about what that particular item also means. So go ahead and play around with that when you do come across any of those question marks. To tell if your assignment was successful, you'll see it pop up under your class. If you look here, it says the status is 2-1 submitted, which means that there are 2 submissions from your students. So let's just go ahead and view the file by clicking on View. You will be taken down to this image right here. Now, as you can see, the similarity says 0% for one, and the other says 62%. The Similarity Index Finder found that the handbook story paper has signs of possible plagiarism. To view the paper, you can click on the title, or the similarity icon, or the pencil, and you'll be taken to the feedback studio where you'll do your magic. So we're going to jump screens to the feedback so that you'll get a first-hand look at some of the tools. So I'm on the library's website. You can either go into the browser and type in, turnitin.com, or you can find it linked on the library's database website, which is underneath the link More. It's under T, and there it goes, Turnitin. And then I'm going to sign in, and this is my dummy account that I created. That's my password. And voila, so I'm here at the instructor homepage, which is something that you guys will all see as well. And as you see, we have our trusty green button, which adds our class. And I created a class already. It's the famous Pharmacy 1, 2, 3 testing course. That's my class ID. And, my password to this course is testing 1, 2, 3. It's a history class, So we're just going to go back to my class. So this is your class. So as you can tell, I already have 3 testing papers created already. And that handbook story with that similarity index of 62% is underneath here. So I'm just going to go view it. So here is our testing site. So again, I'm going to go ahead and click on our handbook story. And I'm going to be taken to Feedback Studio. If you can scan around the page, you'll find also that this is, 1 of 2 pages, and the word count is 638. And again, we can go ahead and zoom in and out of this paper. I'll make that too. And so I'm just going to zoom into this right here for us right now. So let's go and get to the nuts and bolts of this. Here in the blue is your grading tools, and here in the red is your similarity tools. And this acts as a layer, so I'm just going to pop that open. These are my active layers. Your options under the grading tools are quick marks, voice and text comments, and a rubric. To leave quick marks, all you have to do is highlight parts of the assignment and select a quick mark. As you notice, I already kind of have one, so I end up highlighting Monday through Thursday, and I just put something like, oh, the citation is needed. So maybe we want to do something like this, and then there's our little quick mark, and then maybe I want to do something like, this is run on. I can add a comment, please fix this. And not only this too, but they will explain to you what a run-on sentence is. Another cool feature about this is you can change the highlighted parts of this. Highlighted, it could be blue, or maybe all of your run-on sentences are going to be yellow. So that's our citation quick marks. So then, the other option that you have, which is very cool actually, is a voice comment. The limit is, however, 3 minutes. So, keep your comments and your critiques under 3 minutes. And you can record that for your students to hear. So let's get to the similarity index. And here's our magic number. So if you go ahead and click on the 62, it'll tell you which parts have signs of possible plagiarism. As you can already tell, it's all highlighted already in this reddish pinkish color. So let's just say that maybe you don't see it. If you unclick the similarity, then you don't see that. But if you click on the similarity index, then it will highlight the parts that do have signs of possible plagiarism. So let's go back to this. If you click on this, as you can see, this whole highlighted red part was already submitted by another student. And that title was underneath the paper, Student Papers, which is the previous paper that I submitted, just to tell you, just to show you that if another student from P1 was to submit a paper, during last semester, and then they try to submit it again, then it would pop up if that paper was submitted through Turnitin last semester. If you click on the link, it'll take you to the previously submitted paper. So if you click on this, it'll take you to that paper. But we're going to go ahead and look at the all sources, which is right here. And one thing to be very wary of is these 2 to 3% similarities. These similarities are going to be your usual common languages, common numbers, common sentence structures, etc. In the filter sections, you can exclude quotes and bibliographies and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight everything again. And so from here, you can actually download the file with all the markups. That arrow right there. The current view will be all of the file markups. The digital receipt would just be a receipt that you've turned something in, and then the originally submitted document will just be the document without any markups whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and download a markup so that you can just see how it looks like. Okay, downloaded it. Oh, there it goes. I'm just going to pull it up. So here we go. This is the downloaded version of the current view. This will give me the word count, the time submitted. It'll give me all of the markups as far as my quick marks and so forth. And something really important at the very bottom is my originality report. It'll tell me my similarity index, how much of it was off the internet, how much was publications, and 62% of it, which is all of this, was from a student paper. So this could be very helpful for both students, faculty, and staff to have this paper. Students can download this, faculty can download this, and this is definitely a way for both student and faculty to kind of, be very wary of possible plagiarism. I'm just going to exit us back out of this and take us back to our home page, which is up here. So, all in all, Turnitin is a very useful service and has even more options and tools than I discussed today. Again, on our home page, if you ever have any questions, you can always go up here to the navigation bar, click on Help, and then you'll be taken to the Help Center where you can choose yourself as an instructor, or maybe even just kind of push students to the Help Center and say, click on the Instructor tab. And here you'll find ample resources and tutorials on paper submissions, creating your own rubric, and so much more. But if you have any questions and would like to schedule a one-on-one to get yourself set up, you can go ahead and feel free to contact me at my email at ayang@chsu.org, or just stop by the library like everybody does and set up a session, and we can set up a session as well that way. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you all jump on board as far as using Turnitin in your classes. I'd be more than willing to get your students started, but that only happens after you, as a faculty member, created your account and your classes. But feel free to either have students come my way, or I can provide a very quick tutorial for students as well, for them to all get kind of started as well. So that ends today's tutorial, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.